A recent media leak of audio tapes exacerbated doubt about whether the Biden administration used an autopen to execute presidential pardons as the record for presidential archives in a conversation of former President Joe Biden and his special counsel, Robert Hur. One story indicates that the said tapes, which came to light through an Axios broadcast that had been kept hidden for a year and a half after the show, started the blazing discussion anew and had it felt more like a rumor-debunking activity, particularly among the Republicans. Only the president's erratic behavior catalyzed the stage confrontation. The news piece states that the audio in the recording has Mr. Biden as a confused figure in the middle of a conversation, unable to finish sentences clearly and disregarding the remembrance of a large number of things, among them the year when Beau Biden, his son, was dead and gone. This has then led to more concrete proof of the allegations previously raised that the President of the United States had suffered a consistent mental collapse. Some public figures have demanded the prosecution of the person who was then Attorney General Merrick Garland and who has since refused to comply with Congress's earlier requests to publish the tapes after the leak of the content of the recordings. There is a strong belief that hitting on the autopen to confirm the pardons of the last days of the presidency of Biden was one of the activities that took place. Rep. James Comer, R. Key, who is the chair of the House Oversight Committee, go before the president's mental health. Of that time, apart from indicating the status, he posed the question if the decision did not remain and natural, and then raised his opinion that it was an area that had been better researched. The story reports on the evidence that all have been given autographs as pardoned, like Hunter Biden, Mr. Joe Biden's son, Biden family members, retired General Milley, Dr. Anthony Fauci, and members of Congress who have been looking into the Capitol riot of January 6th have been a sample of it. President of Judicial Watch, Tom Fitton, for his part, referred to these pardons as blatant protection, which, however, did not explicitly articulate the charges in question. He additionally hypothesized that Mr. Biden was only left to be understood, and that everything he had done with the DOJ regarding classified documents was against the Constitution. He said it mollycoddled them. Previously, President Donald Trump also made his position clear on the issue by claiming that the use of autopens for signing had given birth to a more egregious scandal, and confirmed that the pardons, which were run through via autopens, may not be legal due to the lack of the president's briefing facilitated by the officials. This is not just a news article, but an insight into the technical definition of an autopen signature as a mechanical tool to emulate the natural hand signature. The Heritage Foundation's Oversight Project studies the use of autopen by the Biden administration and noticed the existence of the same signature as in the official documents, which, on the other hand, was utterly unlike that of Mr. Biden on the document in which he declared to withdraw from the 2024 race. These revelations, therefore, naturally pointed to the aides as potentially the ones who endorsed the executive orders and pardons, further revealing that they, and not the president, might have done so. The first paragraph informs us that something, presumably the investigation, was preceded by Special Counsel Hur, examining Mr. Biden for a leaked records case. The former stated that the latter decided not to prosecute Biden, but also mentioned that Biden was a sympathetic, well-meaning, elderly man with a poor memory. Emmy went for the White House interview footage when AG Garland refused to release it, citing the possible harm to the future of the inquiries that the House had referred to, and directed AG Garland to be in contempt of Congress. Mentioned that the Committee of Rep and Coma shall continue their work on further discussions related to the cover-up of Biden's alleged mental decline and the use of autopen, and in the latter case also to the pardoning of family members and the urgency that came from the Biden administration, Democratic congresspeople, and media to hide the truth. Besides these, it is mentioned that Mark Levin has also been one of the significant conservative figures calling for Mr. Garland to testify in Congress on the tapes. In addition, the article details the exact situation when the acts of the so-called pardoning were realized, and even tells that those for Dr. Fauci and General Milley were announced right before Mr. Trump's inauguration. Nevertheless, the pardons of the Biden family take place just before Mr. Biden's term ends. Previously, Hunter was given amnesty, which meant he did not commit any punishable crime during the 10 years. When Biden was vice president, his pardons were wide and temporary, which testified that a further inquiry pending judgment should focus on the point of the broadness of the pardons. According to the information, there are conservatives in the world of social media who, through the videos they have made, have formed their minds that the former president lacks the power to think. Hence, whether these pardons or executive orders are his decisions remains unresolved. The report mentioned that Fox News Digital was still trying to reach Mr. Biden's office for a comment. However, as of today, no response from the channel has been received.